This is the fifth video that I'm recording because I don't know what to say and how to say certain things. So I'm just going to be completely honest and keep it real. I am currently on deployment. As you can see here, I'm currently just chilling in the bay. Chilling. It is 2 o'clock in the morning and I am burning up right now. We are currently in port in, I'm about to say Guam, in Nam, in Vietnam. I was on duty today and I'm going to be able to get off the boat tomorrow. There it goes. There goes my signal that I need to take my ass to sleep. But I wanted to give you guys a live update. I actually recorded a different video about an hour and a half ago, but I decided to kind of be a little bit more transparent in this one. Yeah, if I thought that there were times I was pretty okay on the boat, well, when I say that the first 72 hours of being on this boat kicked my ass, that is an understatement, okay? Because all it did was just kind of signal the remaining of my time that I've had on the boat. I've been trying to take things one day at a time because it's all I can do, to the point where I couldn't even take it one day at a time. I had to take it 1 hour at a time, to the point where the only things that I ended up looking forward to was actually being with certain dancers on the boat, which brings a positive outlook about this deployment. A lot of you guys may or may not already know this, but I am a dancer, and I used to dance a lot more on my first deployment, but I really stopped dancing the last couple of years because I really haven't been in tune with that part of myself as often anymore. So what I started doing was hanging out with my dance friends, and they saved me in more ways than one. I know I stress this out a lot about the importance of spending time with the right people and surrounding yourself with, like, the right environment and everything like that. But in situations like this, when I'm on the boat, I really can't help my environment. So the only thing I can do is try to take control over spending time with the people that matter the most. I am 31 right now and I'm exhausted. I didn't even really do anything yesterday when I was actually out in port. I really just spent majority of the day sleeping because I haven't gotten a fair or decent amount of sleep in weeks. And when I say, like, maybe I've had like 2 or 3 nights when I've been on the boat where I actually had a good night's sleep, but it's gotten to the point where I can't even sleep without taking melatonin and my meds because, yeah, I have to, like, I get good sleep, but at the same time, like, my ADHD really does get to me, and it plays a factor in a lot of different things. So I haven't really been do well on the boat, to be honest, but I've been trying. I had a whole episode happen to me a couple of weeks ago, to the point where I couldn't even hold in what I felt anymore because I just kept facing circumstances and people I didn't want to see and situations I didn't want to know about, and it just got worse as time went on. So shit happened and I finally ended up going to the chaplain, and I went there myself. So I'm not as spiritual as I used to be or anything like that, or involved in the church, but the chaplain is a person that is 100% confidential, and you just have the ability to just vent about like anything too, unless you're having a specific type of thoughts, aka the S word. But other than that, like, to be able to talk to someone is so important, and I stress this out a lot on my channel, especially like the past couple of years, that when it boils down to it, being able to speak with someone is great, especially if it's multiple people, because sometimes getting it from learning about yourself from a different perspective is a blessing and a curse, but turns more into a blessing way after the curse, if that makes sense. I realized that in myself throughout this journey of self-discovery and just trying to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying not to be the stigma or the typical stereotype that once you hit 30, you're stuck in your ways. And I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to get better than my circumstances and my surroundings. And it's hard and it's exhausting. It's gotten to the point where I can't even help but have to live in a delusional state of mind sometimes, where I have to keep going, and it freaking sucks because all I want to do sometimes is just cry, because I've hidden that part of myself for so long. I've hidden that like soft part of myself for so long, and when I was finally able to be vulnerable, I kind of don't stop. I saw this video, ironically enough, that said, I heal loudly because I suffered silently. And that just hit me a lot. Trying to sugarcoat how you feel sometimes, or just trying to just hide what you really feel. Like, I can't portray like a sense of stoicness all the time because it's exhausting. Having to be the leader is exhausting. Having to be positive all the time is exhausting. Having to act like everything's okay is exhausting. Trying to act like I do want to go to sleep and I really don't at the same time is exhausting. Like, it sounds kind of weird. Why don't I want to go to sleep? Because sometimes when I go in my rack, I get in my head and I get in my thoughts to the point where I have to mentally fight the darker side of myself, the darker part of my mind, so I don't succumb to it. And it's exhausting. Having to lean on the right people is what has saved me so far. And I can honestly say there have been maybe, I'd say, 4 people on this boat out of the 5,000 people that I have been able to successfully vent to the point where I don't even pretend. I can be myself. I realized, actually, it's kind of gonna sound kind of silly. Well, not really. I know that there are different sides and different aspects of me, and there are parts of me, I feel, when people meet me, that's what they think or who I am entirely. And it's not. I am AZ2 Lindsay, but I am also Athena. I'm also a black woman. I'm also soft. I'm also very caring. And I mean, those are more adjectives than anything, but in terms of being a different person, that is why I said in my last video, or one of my videos I put out, like, I'm tired of being on autopilot. I've been on autopilot for so long that I'm not even pretending that I'm okay anymore. Like, when people be like, yo, Lindsay, you good? I'm like, nah. I'm trying though, because I am. But some days, like today, oh, this shit is hard. But it is what it is. I'm gonna go back to my rack and maybe get like 2 hours of sleep before I gotta get up for muster, because I gotta go and pack up an overnight bag and then shower and then hopefully be able to immediately go to sleep. If not, then I gotta take my melatonin. I'm running out of melatonin, so hopefully I can find some out in town, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm trying. I can't control my circumstances. I can't control things that I see. And it's like I keep trapping myself in certain situations. Because it's not to say that I don't think that I'm going to come out of it. It's more of the can I be a first choice ever for someone, for something, for some place? Like, can I matter to someone other than myself? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, my family, is everything, but it's hard to describe it, but nothing can really make you question yourself as a person more than trying to want someone and then realizing, like, you know what, it's not for the best. because I am a mess. I am a problem with problems. And the problem is that I think that I'm not worthy of some people when I could probably be. But at the same time, I am scared to open up myself again. I am broken and healing at the same damn time. Yeah, lighting's better right there. So yeah, it is what it is. I just want to be myself. That's all.